Welcome back to KK's Quilt Studio. I thought today it'd be fun to play around with some of these tips of the day that pop up whenever we open up Electric Quilt. This one is about removing the background from an applique block. We want to extract just the applique motif. So if you want to read this tip through, go ahead and pause the video now. We're going to start by opening our EQ library. So under Draw Blocks, we're going to click and open our EQ block library window and search for an applique piece. These are piece quilts, so we want to click on the minus sign and reduce that. We want to go under, we're going to use Classic Applique and click plus to expand the tree. I'm going to select Roses and I'm going to select this design here. Now all we need to do is edit the block, edit to a block work table. And there we've brought our applique block in, and you can see that this is a block applique. It has a background to it, so what we want to do is extract that applique design from the background. You can't see your grid on the background because this is a solid background, so we could actually color that background if we wanted. We are on the Poly Draw tab. We want to click over to the Applique tab, and that shows our applique. We'll want to go under Edit and select all, and that grabs all the pieces of our applique, and then return to Edit and Copy, and that puts a copy onto our Windows clipboard. So now we can go to a new block, and we want to select Applique, and we want to choose Motif. Block would take us back to that background again, so we only want the applique, so we want to select the motif blocks. Okay, that gives us a blank workspace. Go back up into Edit and Paste, and there is our applique. Go ahead and click Center the block, so that centers us. So now you can take just what the tip said. We can take that applique and paste it anywhere onto a quilt top on layer 2. So if you'd like to save that design, go ahead and add it to your project sketchbook so it's ready to add to the next quilt creation. But I wanted to take that tip just one step further. So go under Print and Export, and we're going to select Export. And you know, I don't like to have to cut out all my individual pieces. I have a Brother ScanNCut, so I want to take this image over to my Brother ScanNCut so it will cut out the pieces out of fabric for me, and then they're ready to stitch right on my quilt top. So we want to go to Export and Image. And I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to save it as a JPEG file, and this saves automatically under your My EQ file under Images. That is the folder that installed when you installed Electric Quilt. And I have done this, so I called it Try. You can title it anything you want and go ahead and click Save. And this will bring up how do you want to export the image of this file, and you can set it to the size you want, to just under up to 12 inches on your Brother ScanNCut. Depends on how big you want this applique, and it's best to stay with the actual size, so you will have the same size in your project sketchbook as well as the image or applique image that you're taking over to your Brother ScanNCut. So set those the same size. I have this currently on a a 6-inch block, if you see, so it's set to that size. Go ahead and click OK, and then we're going to go over and open our Brother Canvas Workspace. This is the new Canvas Workspace for Windows, and we're going to click on image tracing, and we're going to import that JPEG file that we just saved. There it is, and there's a preview of it, and just click open. So that brings in a copy, and it's traced the outline of our applique design. Looks good. We'll go ahead and just click OK. So there you have it. With just a few clicks, it's brought your applique design over to your Brother ScanNCut, and you are ready to save this, transfer it over to your machine, and to cut out your appliques for your next quilt top design. Wasn't that easy? In just a few clicks, you have a fabulous design brought in from the EQ libraries. So have fun playing with this tips and more tips in Electric Quilt. And in the meantime, I wish you happy sewing. If you'd like to learn more about Electric Quilt and the fabulous things you can do with it, or if you have Electric Quilt and would just like to learn more about better utilizing it, or have bought the new program, want to get started, look down below in the comments and you'll find information on a new class I have coming up on an introduction to Electric Quilt and other classes that I offer. Check out my class offerings on my webpage, and until we meet next time, I wish you happy quilting.